Haven't seen much of him before in Formula Sheane, but certainly going very, very well today. Hardy right with him, and look at Hall again up over that curve, trying to really get a run up the hill and get by Brian Hardy. So the first four now broken well clear. Then it looks like Liam Murphy. That's number 4, Trevor Duffy in the background, the man we spoke about with the white nose cone in the Stafford car. He's come right the way up from the back, so watch out for him. Very aggressive young driver. Remember, his father was a huge talent 20, 30 years ago in Formula 4 1600 in Ireland, Pat Duffy. Great onboard shots there from David Hall as he goes right in over the curve with Dunlop. Not many racing cars will take that type of abuse. It's a little bit rough inside that curve, but no problem to Hall. He's lost out a little bit as a result, and falling back perhaps now in 4th place. And Hardy going a little bit wide. Late apex for Brian Hardy. That's good stuff. That'll get him out of the corner a little bit quicker, possibly quicker through turn 2. But Hall back with him already as they head down towards turn 3. These two yellow and blue cars almost side by side. On board again with Hall. You can see everybody moving around. Drury really wanting to have a go here. You can sense a bit of frustration in his driving. Wants to, sick of looking at the back of Michal Bau's car at this stage, and he'll want to win in front of the TV cameras. Hall late on the brakes there and just closing right in. Hardy's car a little bit smoky and popping flames out the back of it on the overrun. So here they go again on and off the power. They just can't take that flat yet, but they're trying really, really hard. Hand in the air for Hall. Yellow flag on the inside. Don't see any cars off in the gravel trap on the outside of Dunlop corner. Maybe somebody on the exit. There's a car on the right hand side, possibly Anton Savage's car parked up against the pit wall, not really in anybody's way. So Hall still challenging hard now, starting another lap down the first corner. Again Hardy holding the inside, not being overly defensive. A huge challenge again for the lead down the inside. Last minute job from Stephen Drury. Great stuff, and Balfe just managing to repel that challenge. And there's young Duffy we spoke about. He's come up and taken 4th place off Hall. So David Hall concentrating so hard on attacking Brian Hardy. Didn't see Trevor Duffy coming, and we didn't see him either. Duffy all the way from the back, a great run from him. Big sideways moment from Drury as he tries to flick the car down the inside of the leader. But Michal Balfe controlling this one very well from the front. Very much a danger man now in 4th place, young Duffy. And Hall, you can hear the gear change is a little bit more aggressive. He's not happy with this at all. He'll want that place back. Certainly feels he can match him on pace. There's another battle down the field. That's Aidan Byrne, 24 down the inside. Classic Mondello manoeuvre down into Honda corner. Makes it stick and takes that place as they head towards turn 2. But look at this now, 5-car battle for the lead. Balfe still out in front. Drury just has no answer for him so far. They're heading down to start one more lap, and the battle for the lead very much still on. Then it's Hardy, Hall and Duffy. Duffy going to the outside this time. Hall keeping the head down. Then it's Liam Murphy next up with no nose cone on the car. The wings more cosmetic than aerodynamic on these cars. They certainly look good, but they don't do a whole lot of work. The cars don't slow down too much if they lose a front wing, as we've seen before on the Limit Sports. Hall now pushing very hard to hold back Duffy, and again a sideways moment as Drury tries to flick that car down the inside. It just gets a little bit out of shape. That'll make him a little bit slower up the hill, but Hardy doesn't really get close enough to make the move. Again, a little bit of smoke from Brian Hardy when he changes gear. Sign of a worn engine. Certainly not lacking in performance. Duffy still right with Hall now as they head through the S's all over the inside curve there. Every single one of them up towards Dunlop. Hall having to defend. Duffy to the outside this time. Duffy and Hall absolutely side by side as they come round Dunlop corner. And in fact, there's Duffy right off to the outside. Rejoins right behind Hall. Didn't lose too much time. Another big go down the inside now from Drury. Almost touches wheels. Balfe gives them just enough space. They're side by side, but again, next one's a left-hander, and Balfe should be able to hang on to it. Duffy up and up again. He's got ahead of David Hall, and Hall back to 5th place. So great place swap between these two. We're on board now with Hall again, and he really will want to have another go at Duffy. And there's that sideways moment again from Drury in 2nd place. Duffy moving around behind Brian Hardy now. Grab 4th gear on their way up to the S's. Closing in on the brakes right behind Duffy. He'll be looking to have a go into Dunlop corner. He'll have to get a clean run out the 2nd bit of the S's. Important that he turns in late for this one. And he has got a good run, although a little bit of a wobble as he went through the wet bit patch there. The stream that goes by, yellow flags there. Doesn't bother Hall down the inside regardless. Takes the place back. And I don't think Duffy even saw that coming. So not sure about the yellow flags, but certainly a good move. Again, Hall looking over to the left to see if Duffy's alongside. And that all this has given Balfe a little bit of a lead. Drury in 2nd. Hardy still there in 3rd place, gathering points towards his title hopes. He's leading the championship coming into this weekend, remember. Just going by a back marker there, doesn't really hold anyone, although Hardy has to miss his apex there. Hall, I should say, has to miss his apex right out onto the curb. He's dispatched Duffy again now, and he's back up to 4th place, so he'll be trying to close down the gap to Hardy. Another puff of smoke from Brian Hardy's car. Balfe doing it all right, just drifting the car up out of turn 3 there, heading back towards the S's. Again, Hall's got back up to them. Duffy dropped back slightly. We're in the closing stages of this race now, and I don't think anybody's going to unsettle Balfe. He's taking on attacks at every part of the circuit, really driving well, number 8. Drury equally impressive in second place, and Brian Hardy is almost always on the podium in this class, just defending his inside line as they go up. That's a replay of the move we saw earlier. That's Duffy down the inside. Heading for the checkered flag now. Balfe it is, takes a win, and well-deserved win for him in Formula Sheane. Really did repel every challenge in the Ace Lar car.
Micheál, number 1 here today for the Sheanes in race 2. You must be delighted with yourself, but it wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't. It was a tough enough race now, I have to say. Tough, even though it was a short race, it was fairly tough.
And how did you confine the conditions?
The conditions weren't too bad. It's a bit slippy out in the country, but apart from that, track was okay. As well as can be expected after all the rain today, you know.
Unfortunately, Drury got a 10-second penalty for a jump start, so David Hall in third, Brian Hardy in second, and Michael Balfe takes the win in Formula Sheane. As Adele says, the Leinster Trophy, the biggest race meeting of the year, the full 2.5 miles international circuit being used. And this is Sunday. We've already had some racing on Saturday, and David Hall has already wrapped up the Formula Sheane Championship.
David Hall, congratulations. You won the Formula Sheane Championship yesterday.
Thanks. Absolutely delighted, yeah. It's nice to get it out of the way now so I can just relax today. Enda got ahead of me, but he's not registered, so it's a bit easier now with the pressure off. Hopefully I go for the win now tomorrow.
And where are you on the grid?
Second on the grid, and Trevor, who was on pole, he's very quick. I think he was half a second on pole, but his race pace is about the same, so it'll be interesting. I think it's all about the start.
So what are you looking to get out of today? Are you just going to take it easy out there?
Yeah, no, we go for the win, definitely. Go for it from the start. And I just like to thank my dad and my sponsors for this year, because they've been very good to me for a long time now, and finally I think they've been very patient, but thanks very much.
Finally paid off.
Paid them off eventually, yeah. And we go out now, I think tonight we have a good time and celebrate it, but we're looking forward to it.
Brian Hardy, you're having a few problems there, I see.
Oh yeah, this is the first weekend with the new car. I wrote it off in Brands Hatch about 5 weeks ago, so this is the first outing in the new one with the new chassis, so I'm having a lot of problems, but you always have that with a new car. It takes a while to get it set up and what have you, so completely, yeah.
And is everything going to be okay for today?
Well, I hope so. We had an electrical problem yesterday, intermittent. It would come in after 4 laps and you'd start to lose power. So we've changed a lot of things overnight and this morning, so we're just hoping. We won't know till we're about 4 laps in.
And how's the championship gone for you? I presume you're looking for a win today, obviously.
Yeah, well, the championship overall has been won outright at this stage by David Hall. Trevor Duffy and myself are still battling for second place. Trevor's 2 points ahead of me, so I can still get second place if I beat him on the road.
So ready to go with Formula Sheane, and on pole position, a good start there from young Trevor Duffy. Very much a man to watch in this class. He's had a lot of pole positions, but it didn't work out from new champion David Hall. Takes the lead. Very confident start from him. Chops across the bows of Duffy. And look at all these cars built by David Sheane and Blaine Rowe. A Rover K-Series engine in the back of them, space frame chassis, and great, close, competitive and affordable racing. Here comes the new champion David Hall. Now ready, Anton Savage. Always a great man to watch. Number 2 up to second place, and he will be on the attack straight away. Pole man there's going to be wondering what happened. That's Trevor Duffy there in third place, already having a look on the outside. Long left-hander. This is usually a left-right in the S's. Remember, we're using the international circuit today at Mondello Park, so it's one long left-hander. Already Hall heading out onto the back straight now. The old Parabolica corner, long back straight now, up into top gear. Very, very quick, these cars. Staying to the right to defend. He knows he's got a danger man in his tail, and in fact right round the outside, Savage so late on the brakes, all locked up. If he can get it turned in, he'll take the lead. He manages to do it, and that's a typical Anton Savage move. All action, very, very, very committed. And Hall demoted back to second place. Poleman Duffy now having a look at Hall as they head up towards the right left back into the main complex. Great stuff at the front of Formula Sheane, and Savage as ever all over the curbs, and the Jared Stafford car down the inside. A big lunge there by Poleman, clips the back of Hall, and the champion finds himself rotating on Mondello tarmac. Keeps it all going, but he's dropped way back, and that should keep him right out of contention. Interesting to see if he hasn't damaged the suspension, if he can get back up there. That's Enda O'Connor, number 1, not registered for the championship, but very, very quick when he does come out. And now it's Savage with a little bit of a lead. No nose we see on the front of Trevor Duffy's car. That won't make too much of a difference. They're more cosmetic than aerodynamic, these noses, but might make a little bit of a difference in a straight line. We're not sure. There's number 12, Anton Cahill. Good to see him back out there. There's